Hey there, Petey Twofinger here with a quick tip. Today's video, I usually run my mouth and I like tell stories and get sidetracked, so I'm just going to come right out and let the cat out of the bag so you can move on and spend your time watching something else that might be a little bit more. Anyway, if you want to remove the machine oil residue that's often found when you purchase a new atomizer, what I found that works better than anything is vegetable oil. If you think about it, it made sense. I read this somewhere in a forum post. Fight fire with fire, oil cuts oil, and man, did it work fantastic. Now, I mean, you do have to remove it, which you think, oh my goodness, but it really wasn't a big deal. I ran some hot water in there, used a little dish soap, and then I gave it a once over. After I patted it dry, I gave it a once over with a little rubbing alcohol too. But immediately, I smelled it. I'm like, wow, and then I rebuilt it and then inhaled through it. I took a tube. What am I going to say? That's that other guy, right? Red, or, I take a toke, you do a toot, you take a rip, it's like everyone, like the whole market is fucking cornered. Like you can't say anything without, like totally, there's your juice. Like, what do I need a, like, you know what, nobody's even going to watch this. Who am I fucking kidding, right? But yeah, vegetable oil, that's the key. Just make sure you, give it a good cleanup. You don't want to be, Wesson, like the old Brady Bunch lady, chicken and waffle vape surprise on your blueberry morning. That wouldn't be a very good. But yeah, so anyway, I'm coming up tomorrow is going to be 3 months to the day since, and I know if you've watched any of my other videos, every video that I say, I'm like, yeah, I haven't had a smoke in 3 months, which tomorrow is the actual day, but I have no clue. Usually, like if I know what year it is, I'm doing well, because it's been a while since I got injured and I'm not working. And I'm just like that ostrich, like my head's buried in this, like anything I can do to not face reality. But I honestly, I have not craved a cigarette. I haven't thought about it. The only time was one, I was watching an old YouTube demo video I did, and I was puffing on something. I was like playing guitar, and I had one hanging out of my mouth. And I don't think I even hit on that thing, but it looked really good, But I remember in the past quitting smoking cigarettes when I I had no nicotine intake, doing it cold turkey. And anytime I would see anything, a pencil on TV, and I would, running out the door to go to 7-Eleven. But, man, I'll tell you what, if I knew what I know now, what I knew then, I would have skipped all... F those pro tanks, Kanger, all of that crap. Forget it. I would go straight to a good RTA like the Limo. Get like, an iStick, like a 50-watt iStick and a Limo, and that's it. Nothing else. None of that ever got. I mean, honestly, the Pro Tank 2, it's really not a bad tank. It's a good tank. But then when I got the Nautilus Mini, it's like, this blows the Pro Tank out of the water. I mean, yeah, it costs twice as much for this, but not that much of a difference when you figure in what you're getting for the dollar. So any new vapors out there, if you stumbled on this for some reason, get a Nautilus Mini or the regular full-size Nautilus. Excellent tank. Or, skip right ahead to an RTA. Just don't blow anything up. Don't put it on a unregulated a mech. Stay away from the mech mods till you've learned Ohm's law and stuff, all that important stuff that you get in trouble if you ask a question because you're supposed to know everything already on these forums, right? Don't you love that? I'm getting back to the purpose of this video. I had going into this, I'm kind of like, I started with a Mach 10. Like I was pouring some horrible like Blue Ball, Red Bull, the fucking sperm juice or some purple fucking vomit shit that I got it was just terrible. Pouring that into the Mach 10, and I was all blue or all my fucking drunk off this shit. Uh, absolutely horrible. I went through some pretty hardcore fucking withdrawal because I was smoking like 4 packs of cigarettes a day, and then trying to use that Mach 10 with like the quarter of a watt output that that thing has. You know, Philip Morris, those guys are, you know, whatever kind of pentagram salt circle that was in that boardroom when they sacrificed that goat. Because that thing was satanic. That was, you're never going to quit smoking with a fucking Mach 10, I'll tell you that. You might slit your wrist, you might stuff the thing up your ass and fucking try to electrocute your whatever's up there, but you're not going to quit smoking. Maybe you get some relief rectally if the cartridge breaks and some of it seeps in and absorbs through the lining of your fucking lower intestine, but inhaling that shit, whatever they put in there, whatever kind of cardboard they fucking condense to make that taste as bad as it tastes. So, I'm going through this stuff, you know, I'm always trying to read and learn, and like now, my latest thing, I've just been reading the forums from one of the suppliers called Fast Tech, and I've really been enjoying that. That's excellent. I mean, the guys there are, like, it's an excellent forum. There's a lot of flaming and like fighting and the normal like internet mentality goes on, but it's an excellent forum. I posted like twice in there already. I'm sure they probably like totally ignore me and my threads are going to drop like rocks, you know, and I'll get my hand slapped and eventually get my feelings hurt and bail out of there. But it's, if anybody from Fast Tech, any of you regular posters, if you're watching this, man, I love that forum. It's excellent. And I've been reading around the ECF forum a little bit too. I don't know, for some reason that place, it's too big. Like, and there's like I don't know, I don't want to slag anybody. You know, I mean, it's different. Everyone has different tastes. ECF might not be for me. I might be a little too elitist or something for that. And I noticed, like, is there a real lot of mods there? I mean, I asked one question about being thrifty, and a mod came in and told me, compared to buying a pack of smokes, like I was being cheap, and I haven't bought a pack of smokes in 15 years. I've been using a crank machine. My pack of smokes. I mean, how did this guy know I wasn't growing my own fucking tobacco? I'm a pretty handy guy. But anyway, yeah, hats off to that Fast Tech forum. And as I've been going through, I've been reading about this machine oil problem where you buy this atomizer. And so I cleaned my, all the stuff that came in, I was just, it's like I order it on eBay. I have to wait for a week for the thing to get here. And I'm like totally in withdrawal. I run up, knew it was coming from tracking it every 5 minutes since I ordered it. And I would like run out, like, jump on the mailman, ripping through his backpack, I got the blue shit on, from the Mach 10. And then I never even knew, like, I didn't think, like, you're inhaling this, you might want to clean it. It's from China, like, I don't know if you follow the news, but I remember a few years back, they were finding, like scorpion venom in, like, kid diapers, and they had, like, toothpaste for dogs that had like cat sperm in it. It was like all this really like drywall of rattlesnake eggs and shit, like really bizarre. Like how did that, like, like what was that evil stick thing that showed up at the dollar store? It's like, are these guys like, they mean it, like, but are they taking acid too? Are they like, what the fuck is going on over there? I know everyone hates the United States, but like that much? Really? You're selling this stuff to us? So yeah, you're supposed to really wash all of this stuff that comes in, even the drip tips. And I did. I mean, I had ordered some, like, 94 meter, like these giant goofy things to put on here, make them, look more feminine, more phallic. I thought that was a good idea. Some kind of repressed homosexual tendency coming up again, and I ran a Q-tip through those things, and it was like, man, you did not want to see what came out of there. It was nasty, nasty stuff. Even when they were first delivered. I mean, I'm not talking about them becoming congested. It's like from the factory. So yeah, and then I read about this machine oil problem, and I guess when they make this stuff, they're like, they'll have the stainless chunk and they'll run it through a lathe or whatever, so they gotta like power blast this, machine oil into it so the drill bit works or whatever. It's part of the manufacturing process. There's like, glue and rattlesnake eggs, all kinds of stuff involved in there. So you want to really, and I'm thinking like if you were going to spend the $200 and buy the authentic piece rather than the $20 clone directly from some distributor that's probably just like some apartment in Shenzhen that's stacked full of boxes that are all, it's probably all stolen stuff anyway, right? Fast tech, yeah, fast buck, fast, running away from the factory after they broke in and stole half of the shit they made over there. But anyway, yeah, I cleaned my Limo. I bought a Lemo, I don't know. And this is an excellent atomizer. I really like this Lemo. Am I going to call it Lemo? I guess I am. The Lemo. Lemo was excellent, and I cleaned it. It didn't really. I don't think it really needed to be cleaned. But this isn't a clone. And then I got a what did I get? I got this Typhoon GT, the Typhoon. It was like $15 from, I don't really want to say the name, Brass Tech. It rhymes with Brass Tech. And, yeah, this thing, it reeked of this machine oil. And so I looked it up. I thought I remember somebody talking about boiling it in coffee. And I was like, that's a good idea, coffee. Because I'm so cheap, I need the rubbing alcohol for cocktail hour, So I tried like all kinds of stuff. I mean, first thing, rubbing alcohol. And then I gave it the Dawn. Then I put it in I got an electrosonic jewelry cleaner for $2 at Goodwill. I mean, it's not the top of the line one, but it was brand new, never been used, I don't think. And absolutely fantastic value. It's a good unit. It does what it's supposed to do. But man, I ran it, and I had this thing. I was cleaning it for about 6 hours. All kinds of manual stuff, and then I would dry it up, pat it dry, put it back together, smell it. Like, oh man, I could smell it, and I would like inhale, and there it is. So eventually, I found some advice on a forum. It was like, oh well, you'll eventually you just fill it up with some juice and smoke out of it, and it won't be that bad after you. It was. I refilled this tank. I don't know. It supposedly holds like 4 mil or 5 mil. I think it really only holds like 2 because you got to turn it upside down. It doesn't fill all the way. But man, this thing, I swear I ran 2.5 tanks. I was running Cinnamon Toast Munch because the first time I built it wrong and it leaked all over. And I didn't really, I had like tried it in a dripper, this Mount Baker Vapor Cinnamon Munch shit. And so I'm like, I'm going to run that in there, until that oil gets out of there, because I really didn't like that juice that much. And sure enough, I'm pretty sure it took about 2.5 tanks before it completely went away. So then today, I got my Squape came in, my Squape Reloaded, and I got this puppy, and it reeked of machine oil. It was horrible. So I'm like, I don't effing believe this, So I went on the internet. I'm looking, and I got out the vinegar, the baking soda, the lemon juice, Coca-Cola, the Dawn, the rubbing alcohol, and then the electrosonic jewelry cleaner, and the what do you call it? The vegetable oil. And I did, I started off with the Dawn, then I did the rubbing alcohol, then I did the Dawn again, then I put it in the electrosonic with the Dawn for an hour, and then I came back and I ran it for another half hour with just water to get the soap off of it, and then I smelled it, and it was bad. I dried it off, put it together, inhale. I took a toot off of it. I guess, am I going to say that, toot? I hate to. Who am I ripping off? Is that Basardo that says that, or 420, or is it Red or Dipper Hipper, or I don't know. One of those guys says that, but the quest for originality never ends. So yeah, I took a hit off this thing, and so the next thing I tried was I keep wanting to say machine oil, the vegetable oil, and that's what did it. As soon as I did the vegetable oil, it was fine. Now I had to get that off, so obviously, I ran a bunch of hot water on it, did a bunch of soap, and then, after that point, I'm like, I had all that other shit out there. So I put the salt and the lemon juice in there, and I ran that for about maybe 45 seconds, because I was real nervous about the salt. I didn't want to corrode anything and have rust show up. And then I tossed it over in the Coca-Cola for another 30 seconds. Then I rinsed it all off, filled it up, and it was absolutely no trace of the machine oil. So that's the secret tip. Vegetable oil. 20 minutes later, how long is this video? I've been up all night. It's like 7 in the morning. 16 minutes, not that bad. So, thank you very much for joining me. Vegetable oil. Who would have thought? Anyway, you guys take care, and thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Keep on hacking, and this is really good. I made this juice. It's TFA pistachio at 10%, and I think I did a little bit, like 1% of EM or ethyl maltol, and then maybe 1% sweetener. I don't know. It might have just been 10%. I got to look at my recipe book what I did. But if you like that pistachio flavor, like pistachio ice cream, which I absolutely love that stuff. And nobody else here will eat it. So a half gallon lasts like 2 weeks. It's awesome. But yeah, pistachio. Man, is this a good flavor. I really enjoy this vape. So, thank you so much for joining me. May all of your atomizers arrive not being infected with the machine oil. May your Fast Tech 7 day turn into the next day it was shipped, and may all of your Mount Baker Vapor Cinnamon Rolls be mixed perfectly and not need to be steeped. See ya.